January 20th, 2026 at 10 p.m. Russian air defenses have just intercepted a large Ukrainian mothership drone. However, the radar screens are suddenly lighting up once again. The first drone was merely a decoy. The actual swarm is now racing toward the classified cargo zone at Sheremetyevo Airport. A fuel depot there is concealing an IL-76 military transport during a covert transit. The Kremlin's biggest secret has been exposed. The Ukrainian swarm is only miles away, while Pantsir vehicles scramble at 40 miles per hour to form a defensive line. Ukraine's mission is at a critical turning point. The tension is absolute as the clock strikes 9:30 p.m. over Moscow. At 5,000 feet, a United 24 mothership, effectively a flying aircraft carrier, cuts through the sub-zero winds at 120 miles per hour. In a remote control room, a Ukrainian operator maintains a steady pulse as the air fills with anticipation. The Russian S-400 defense ring is glowing on the monitors, scanning for a target that refuses to reveal itself. This is not a single drone, but an armada of 12 motherships, each carrying 6 FPV strike drones. We are looking at a coordinated swarm of 72 precision strikes. The logistics are cold and calculated. Ukraine's $1.2 million investment is currently challenging a $200 million Russian air defense battery. It is a high-stakes engagement, pitting digital swarms against a traditional military giant. The Russian command remained confident, believing their civilian shield during the festival rush made them untouchable. However, they overlooked one detail. In 2026, total secrecy no longer exists. Intelligence from Western sources, likely high-resolution satellite imagery, confirmed the IL-76's exact tail number before its engines had cooled. Ukraine's upgraded drones are now ready for the hunt. In a bunker miles away, the command is whispered through a headset. The bay doors open. 7 United 24 motherships tilt into the wind at 5,000 feet. Suddenly, 42 FPV drones are deployed into the void. They execute a controlled dive, plummeting until their electric motors engage just 100 feet above the snow. By hugging the terrain, these hunters blend into the radar clutter caused by trees and river valleys. The motherships stay at high altitude, acting as intentional decoys to draw enemy fire. At the Russian S-400 battery position, the atmosphere is one of pure tension. An operator watches a massive red signature on his Big Bird radar. The target is confirmed, the mothership is detected, and the order to fire is given. A 48 N6 missile, a 2-ton pillar of fire, tears out of its vertical tube. It screams into the sky at Mach 6. For the Russian crew, this appears to be a decisive victory. They watch the streak of light impact the mothership in a blinding explosion. The operator celebrates, believing he has saved Moscow. However, that victory sours exactly 3 seconds later. The mothership is gone, but 42 tiny green light signatures continue moving steadily toward Sheremetyevo. The operator realizes they have used a $2 million missile to hit an empty transport after the payload was deployed. Suddenly, the southern perimeter of the airport erupts. 2 Pantsir S-1 units react with mechanical ferocity. Their twin 30mm cannons send a wall of lead into the darkness. Tracers zip through the air like glowing red needles. The Russians are fighting back, managing to down 5 FPVs in a shower of sparks. For a moment, it appears the defense might hold. This is where the decentralized swarm intelligence reveals its strength. When those drones go dark, the mesh network does not panic. It recalculates. The remaining swarm instantly redistributes the mission data. They split into 3 subgroups, executing non-linear zigzags that no human gunner can track. The first wave reaches the depot, striking peripheral radar masts and security towers. These are surgical strikes, designed to blind the facility's internal nervous system. Thermal sensors are destroyed, and security cameras go to static. The Russian commander's radio is filled with chaotic reports of breached fences and dark sensors. The S-400 is a high-altitude interceptor, useless against plastic drones at 100 feet. Orders are barked over secure lines to move every Pantsir gun to the southern sector. On the icy roads, the Pantsir trucks push their engines to the limit. They rush toward the southern fire, believing they are entering the heart of the fight. In doing so, they have left the western and northern flanks completely unguarded. Meanwhile, the remaining 6 motherships hover at a safe altitude to relay signals. They are patient, acting as flying brains waiting for the right moment.
We have movement at checkpoint 4.
Phase 1 is complete, and Ukraine's true plan is exposed. This is a direct attack on Russia's military fuel supply. As the difficulty of the mission reaches its maximum, tactics take center stage. The Russian command center now faces a terrifying realization. High-resolution radar snapshots show the incoming swarm is mathematically locked onto the hidden cargo sector. The drones are targeting the exact coordinates of the IL-76 transit ship. The civilian shield has been bypassed by a line of code. "They know about the cargo!" the Russian commander screams. He orders a hard kill zone to be established around the IL-76 immediately. Outside, Pantsir S-1 trucks are fishtailing on the icy tarmac in a blinding blizzard. The crews are glued to flickering screens, attempting to form a mechanical wall around the depot. Ukraine has timed this perfectly, launching the attack while Russia is buried in festival logistics. The Pantsir units engage their multi-channel tracking and TKB-1055 mini-missiles. These agile darts are designed specifically to intercept small drones. The sky above the depot becomes a strobe light of violence, as 15 Ukrainian FPVs are vaporized. For the Russian gunners, this feels like a turning point. However, in the world of decentralized AI, the surviving drones instantly adapt. The mesh network shares the Pantsir's firing solution with every remaining unit. The swarm dips below the minimum engagement altitude, using the depot's structures to mask their heat signatures. The 30mm cannons open up again, but the drones are moving too fast and too low for human operators. The Russian operators are faced with 40 targets moving in different directions. Some are decoys, some carry shaped charges. The system lag is becoming terminal as computers are overloaded with targets. The southern wave was only the opening act. The real threat is about to arrive from the back door. High above the northwestern suburbs, 3 more United 24 motherships are holding at 5,000 feet. The first 6 motherships are beginning their egress after successfully drawing the S-400's fire. The Ukrainian commander orders the deployment of the northwestern wave. 18 FPV drones drop and enter a high-speed dive. They use high-rise apartments and industrial warehouses to mask their approach. These are the blind spots of the Russian radar. At the depot, a frantic alarm screams from the Western Auxiliary Radar Station. New contacts are detected 4 miles to the northwest. The Russian commander is overwhelmed by data. The S-400 radar is lagging, struggling to track the active targets and debris clouds in the south. In modern warfare, a 3-second lag is a death sentence. The Pantsir trucks lurch into motion again, attempting to reposition their turrets to the west. The northwestern swarm exploits this 60-second gap while the guns are in transit. 2 autonomous FPVs dive straight for the auxiliary radar arrays. The explosions are surgical, shredding the delicate radar dishes and thermal optics. The Russian defense is now half blinded. The gunners begin firing blind barrages into the snowstorm. The Ukrainian FPVs use the blizzard to hide their heat signatures from degraded sensors. The drones are sharing a real-time map of vulnerabilities via their mesh network. The Russian command is reacting to where the swarm was, not where it is. While the 30mm lead sprays into the northwestern sky, the final 2 motherships position themselves. The trap is closing on the northern flank. By 10:50 p.m., the Russian defense at Sheremetyevo is a crumbling wreck. The northern wave, the final cleanup crew, arrives with 12 FPV drones. The Pantsir units have burned through their inventory of mini-missiles. Only the 30mm cannons remain, and the gunners are exhausted. The S-400 batteries continue to fire multi-million-dollar interceptors that consistently miss. The system is lagging so hard, it can barely function. Through the low-light cameras of the northern wave, the IL-76 finally comes into focus. The drones are no longer zigzagging. They are diving. The onboard AI targets the engine intakes and primary fuel caps of the depot. The digital countdown begins. The Russians fire at ghosts, while the real executioners close the distance. 25 surviving FPVs from all directions merge into a single spearhead. They are pushing 60 miles per hour as the Pantsir guns send a wall of fire into the night. For every drone clipped, 3 more slip through the gaps. The lead drone's camera fills with the IL-76's engine cowling before the signal cuts to static. This is the moment of impact. The 6.6-pound warheads produce jets of molten copper, moving at 7,000 meters per second. The stream punches through the aircraft's skin and into the fuel-rich engine core. The result is a catastrophic chain reaction. The breach ignites the cargo, triggering a pressure wave that ruptures the depot's fuel lines. A massive secondary explosion ripples through the sector, destroying the logistics bridge. The IL-76 is lost. The depot is a total wreck, and the civilian shield has been vaporized. Ukraine has traded a small investment in plastic and code for the most expensive bonfire in Russian history. Moscow's attempt to move military hardware in the dark has ended in high-definition destruction.